The Kardashians get up to some pretty weird business. Along the way, they're definitely bound to make some weird friends too, right? Here's the Kardashian family's surprising connection to P. Diddy. P. Diddy and the Kardashian family have long been associated with the same glitzy Hollywood lifestyle. Sean P. Diddy Combs, a legendary American rapper, is currently incarcerated at the moment due to grave charges. The 54-year-old hip-hop artist has pleaded not guilty and refuted all the allegations. After his arrest in New York, an old Keeping Up with the Kardashians video surfaced, sparking a social media firestorm. In it, Khloe Kardashian informed Kourtney about a crazy party Diddy threw in 2014.
So who was with you this weekend?
A bunch of my friends.
After that, Khloe talks about the party, claiming that Justin Bieber attended when he was only 20 years old. Khloe recounted, "I got on a plane at 5:30 in the morning.
I got on a plane at 5:30 a.m.
Well, this party, I think half the people there weren't fully clothed," reported the Mirror.
I think half the people there were butt naked.
When Kourtney presses her more about the company she had that weekend, Khloe replies that she was hanging out with a bunch of friends, listing off A-lister names.
Diddy, Quincy, Justin Bieber.
Khloe chimes in Diddy, Quincy, Justin Bieber, confirming her star-studded entourage, adding, "So far, so good."
So far, so
French
good.
Montana.
Do you even know?
A video from 2016's Cocktails with Khloe has gone viral, with Khloe and Kourtney conversing with Diddy amid the current Diddy conversation. Khloe said in the already viral Reddit video, "Well, I know you're known for the parties. When you think of a party or a good time, you think of Puff."
Well, I know you're known for the parties. When you think of a party or a good time, you think of Puff.
Diddy simply responded, "Yeah," to which Khloe added with a touch of nostalgia, "We've been known to party with you a few times."
We've been known to
Always.
party with you a few times.
She turned to her sister Kourtney, asking, "Do you remember Diddy's birthday?" To which Kourtney admitted, "Yes, I forgot about that. That was an epic night too."
I forgot about that.
You forgot about that?
No, that was an epic night too.
Khloe questioned why was it so epic, wondering why the night was so unforgettable. Kourtney recounted, "That night was fun because all the girls ditched me, so it was like me and the boys.
All the girls ditched me, so I was like me and the boys.
It was me, Kanye West, Corey Gamble, Tyga, just hanging out, and it was fun."
And we were all just like hanging out, and
You loved it?
it was fun.
A December 2019 Instagram image by Khloe is generating excitement as well thanks to fresh fan comments. Khloe is seen in the picture with her sisters Kim and Kylie, who are all decked up, posing next to Diddy, who is wearing a silver suit. The caption reads, "Nothing like a Diddy party." Diddy and the Kardashians have long been in the same social circles, although they have recently become less close. I wonder why. Kim reportedly unfollowed Diddy on Instagram just before his properties were searched in March of this year, 2024, following a number of other celebrities who have distanced themselves from the singer. Ray J, real name William Ray Norwood Jr., was Kim's ex-boyfriend. He talked about his personal experiences at Diddy's parties and said that a lot of people in the industry are unaware of any accusations or charges made against the rapper. He just shared his personal viewpoint with Chris Cuomo on News Nation's Cuomo. "We've never seen the stuff that's being said and the stuff that people are finding out. Like, I've never been in rooms that people are talking about, and I never knew they existed," said Ray J.
I mean, it's all a shock because, we've never seen the stuff that's being said.
And a lot of people in the industry can agree with me on that sense. Like, you all wanted to go and have a good time at a Diddy party. He went on to suggest that individuals wanted to have fun, get inspired, and be encouraged by the good vibes of these gatherings to go to work the following day. People are still attempting to digest and understand everything he said. Ray J continued, saying that even though the claims aren't factual yet, they are nonetheless confusing for many.
It's hurtful and it's confusing to a lot of people.
Half a year after the feds raided Combs' home in Miami and Los Angeles, he was taken into custody on September 16, 2024 at a posh hotel in Manhattan. Many others have filed lawsuits against him in the past year. alleging they were mistreated by him. One such person is his ex-girlfriend, R&B singer Cassie, whose accusations began when she was just 19. Combs vehemently disputed Cassie's allegations last year in 2023, and he has subsequently entered a not guilty plea to federal charges. The grand jury indictment papers that the Mirror looked through reveal accusations against him dating back to 2008 and include some really bad stuff. Additionally, he is accused of enticing people and male workers into what are known as freak-offs, which are often protracted sessions in which Combs and the purported victims are said to have had IVs in order to recover. His brief, Mark Agnifilo, declared outside the courthouse on September 17, 2024, "Mr. Combs is a fighter. He's going to fight this to the end. He's innocent. He came to New York to establish his innocence. He's not afraid of the charges." It is stated that Diddy has managed to stay in touch with his loved ones in spite of the limitations imposed by his confinement. Diddy is the father of 7 children, technically: Quincy, Justin, Christian, Chance, Jesse, Delilah, and Love, by 4 different women. People was informed by a person with knowledge of the matter that Diddy is incredibly worried about his kids while he's in jail. The insider revealed he is very concerned about his kids and their well-being. He has 3 minor children, 2 of whom now have no living parents available with him incarcerated. 4 of his 7 children have neither parent available with him incarcerated, reports the Mirror. According to a person familiar with the matter, Diddy's kids are all in a tizzy as a result of his imprisonment. It's heartbreaking to see the children in the state they're in. This is their father, but to them, he's not Diddy, he's dad. He has always been a loving, devoted father. Diddy, who had 3 children with the late model and actress Kim Porter, who passed away in 2018 at the age of 47, is the happy father of Christian, Jesse, and Delilah. Quincy was Porter's child by Al B, and he was later taken in by Combs. Subsequently, he had 2 sons, Chance with entrepreneur Sarah Chapman, and Justin with stylist Misa Hilton. Diddy and model Tana Tran celebrated the birth of their youngest child, their daughter Love, in December 2022. This information is related to reports that Diddy is not being given any preferential treatment while he is being held in one of the most infamous prisons in America on charges. Regarding Diddy's treatment, an insider told the magazine that he is being treated like any other detainee awaiting trial. They also said that in accordance with the practice for prominent prisoners, the star was placed on watch upon admittance to the facility as a precaution. Diddy's attorneys, Mark Agnifilo and Tenny R. Garagos, have described the Brooklyn prison circumstances as below standards and not fit for pretrial detention in an unsuccessful bail application.
They are arguably the most famous family in the world, and where there is fame and fortune, there is usually a fair share of scandals.
Scandals on scandals on scandals. What more could we expect from America's most favorite reality TV family?
I want to talk about them, or they've ruined the world. Oh my God. Anyway, here we go.
Here's a countdown of the 10 most scandalous secrets that the Kardashian family has tried to keep hidden from you, the public.
Be nice.
Team, you're just doing no one wants you in the shoots. Okay, no.
Firstly, this scandal is crazy. Kim Kardashian was investigated by the FBI after getting $250,000 delivered in a trash bag.
The FBI grilled Kim Kardashian as part of one of the biggest trials Hollywood has ever seen.
See, according to a March 2023 Bloomberg Businessweek report, Kim Kardashian was questioned by the feds as part of an investigation into a Malaysian man named Zhao Lo from Malaysia, obviously. You know that man? Zhao Lo, who was involved in a massive embezzlement scandal? Well, in 2019, Kim told the FBI that she played Baccarat in a Las Vegas casino with Lo and some other secret scandalous people. And guess what? Kim won big! Obviously, $250,000 big. And when Kim went to cash out, the casino actually handed her $250,000 in a trash bag full of $100 bills.
Kim Kardashian was once given $250,000 cash in a trash bag after gambling with Zhao Lo, according to FBI documents.
According to the FBI, Kim put the trash bag full of cash into her carry-on bag and boarded a Southwest Airlines flight right back to LA. Imagine being the security person at that airport, seeing $2,500 bills going through that X-ray Yeah, in a trash bag. So some eyebrows were raised after that Vegas trip, to say the least. The next scandal is one for the ages. Kris Jenner allegedly mistreated all of her staff on her now canceled talk show.
Radar Online reported that the talk show's 6-week test run will not move forward for a full season pickup.
In 2013, the Kardashian mama herself got a shot at her own major network talk show. The show was called Kris, and it aired on Fox. But the reason you haven't heard of it is because it lasted just about 6 weeks. See, the show had a hard time gaining viewers, and Fox was like, you're done, Kris. Later on, a big shot Fox employee would comment on the canceling of her show, claiming that Jenner's performance was just pretty uninteresting. But what not many people know is that behind the scenes, Kris Jenner was a nightmare to work with. An anonymous source that worked on the behind the scenes crew claimed that working with Kris was borderline unbearable. She would show up on set hungover and demand her beauty team to fix her up and make her look stunning. Wow. Imagine having the luxury of a beauty team to fix you up when you wake up hungover on a Sunday morning? I wish. Instead, I have a bathroom mirror that reminds me of my regrets from the prior night. Anyways, Kris would later take on to Twitter to claim that all of the rumors flying around her show were false. The next scandal that she and the rest of the family had to deal with was Kendall Jenner allegedly hooked up with Justin Bieber, who later married her best friend. God, that's right, Kendall Jenner usually keeps her romantic life far away from keeping up. But when you slay as hard as Kendall, not everything stays private. In fact, Kendall's longtime bestie Hailey Bieber occasionally drops by and makes an appearance on the show. And while their close friendship is well known, one thing that's not talked about on camera is the gossip that Kendall and Justin Bieber may have had a fling between 2014 and 2015. Juicy. Justin seemed to actually confirm those rumors, saying that him and Kendall briefly dated in 2015, but stated it was never serious. During a YouTube video that Kendall and Hailey filmed at some point recently, they were doing a Q&A where they were actually asked if they had ever kissed the same person, and a little laugh attack ensued.
You know the answer to this! Yes!
The next piece of juicy, scandalous gossip was the time when Kris Jenner allegedly paid off an ex-boyfriend who claimed that she cheated on Caitlyn Jenner. In her 2013 memoir, Kris Jenner and All Things Kardashian, Kris admitted to having an affair while she was married to her first husband, Robert. However, it's been suggested that Kris Jenner didn't share the full story of her infidelity and actually paid off her ex-husband to keep him from talking. The man she had the affair with was later identified as Todd Waterman. Todd himself claimed that the affair continued well into Jenner's relationship with her second husband, Bruce. Waterman even appeared on an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians as a way to legally prevent him from talking about the affair. It was reported that Waterman was paid somewhere between $15,000 to $20,000 for his brief appearance on the show. Well, Mr. Waterman, that seems a little shady now, doesn't it? And by the way, Caitlyn Jenner, Bruce Jenner, same person, as we know. The Kardashians have also now been accused of using sweatshops to create their products. In 2011, all the Kardashians were involved in a sweatshop investigation, where some Kardashian branded products were accused of being made in foreign factories with just horrendous work conditions. The brands under scrutiny included the K-Dash by Kardashian label, the Kris Jenner collection, and Shoe Dazzle, which Kim endorses. The family rep at the time claimed the Kardashians take this situation very seriously and have since been assured by all of their manufacturers that the factories are policed regularly. They added that if there is any evidence of an illegal operation, then they will stop immediately working with that manufacturer. The next piece of scandal comes from Kylie Jenner lying about getting lip fillers. Before Kylie founded her billion-dollar enterprise, Kylie Cosmetics, through the sales of her famous lip kits, she was caught trying to downplay her cosmetic procedures. In 2015, fans noticed Kylie's lips slowly enlarging over the course of a year. Kylie spent months repeatedly denying and evading questions about her lips before eventually admitting to the procedure on an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. So girl, if you're filling those lips, at least let us know where, because I could use a little bump. Oh, Kylie Cosmetics, you say? Okay, girl, I'll keep that in mind. But you better not be lying to me. The next piece of scandal comes from Kris Humphries, Kim Kardashian's once husband, claiming that Keeping Up with the Kardashians is in fact staged. See, we all know that reality TV is a little too good to be true sometimes. And after their 72-day marriage fell apart, former NBA player Kris Humphries hasn't held back his dislike for his ex-wife's family and their reality show alike. Even though he appeared on the show, sources close to Humphries say he now insists that the reality show is completely fake. A source close to Kris claims that Kris says that Kim's reality shows are a total sham. He doesn't think there's anything real about the shows at all. And apparently, not to break your hearts, but that famous scene where Kim loses her earrings in the ocean, yeah, fake. Kris claims that Kim was crying hysterically, but then miraculously one of her younger sisters found the earring in the ocean where the group had just been swimming hours ago. See, you try finding a lost earring in the ocean. My question is, I wonder how many takes it took for them to film that segment. Okay, Kylie, for this take, you found the earring. Let's see if it looks better on camera. How about that? The next scandal comes from Kim Kardashian being accused of wage theft by staff who work in her home.
Kim's staff, chefs, and nannies have some strict rules to follow while working in the Kardashian West home.
In May 2021, Kim K was facing a lawsuit from seven workers who accused her of wage theft and retaliation. The workers claimed that they weren't properly compensated for their working hours, they didn't receive overtime pay, they were denied required breaks, and they didn't receive any pay-related documents while working at her Santa Monica home. Sounds pretty terrible. Kim tried to shift the blame, immediately stating that the responsibility lies with the company she hired to manage these workers. And her spokesperson added on saying these workers were hired and paid through a third-party vendor, and Kim is not party to the agreement that made between the vendor and the workers and blah 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 blah. Obviously passing on the blame. The case is actually ongoing, but the family has chosen not to address the scandal publicly. The next piece of scandal comes from the time that Amber Rose, Kanye West's once lover, called Kim Kardashian a homewrecker who actually pursued Kanye West while they were both dating other people. Before Kim and Kanye got together in 2012, they were both in serious relationships with other people. Kanye was dating model Amber Rose until 2010, while Kim was dating NFL star Reggie Bush. Amber Rose claimed that Kim had been secretly in contact with Kanye while she was still with Reggie, sending him photos. Photos of what? We don't know. In 2012, Amber Rose was quoted saying, "Kim is the homewrecker. I'm not the homewrecker. I don't date men in relationships." She added on saying, "I just feel like Kim and her family manipulate the media and want people to believe what they want them to believe." You tell them, Amber. The next scandal is a big one. And it's the time that Khloe Kardashian had private investigators uncover Lamar Odom's cheating while hiding it from her show. See, in 2013, numerous stories started to circulate about Lamar Odom cheating on his then wife Khloe Kardashian. This terribly disappointed fans who had seen the couple's seemingly happy relationship on TV. As we know though, TV remains TV. Because later on, Odom admitted to infidelity early in his marriage to Khloe. Allegedly, Khloe actually knew about the infidelity a year before it became public and hired a private investigator to track her husband. Could you imagine? Despite presenting a happy face on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, as well as their own show, Khloe and Lamar, Khloe was secretly mistrustful of her then husband Odom. A source claimed that Khloe had gotten access to copies of text messages between Lamar and other women. Very interesting.
It appears Kylie Jenner has come under fire for some less than favorable conditions that her employees work in.
Kylie Jenner's company, Kylie Cosmetics, has been criticized by former employees for having awful working conditions, and this is what they had to say.
Kylie Jenner's cosmetics line is facing some trouble from the Better Business Bureau.
So it's been said that Kylie Jenner requires her employees to work very long hours to prepare products for shipping.
We've been working really hard these past few months to make as many lip kits as we possibly can.
And former employees from the makeup factory where Kylie produces her goods, Spatz Laboratories in California, well, they described working early mornings and enduring long shifts. Very tiring, very exhausting. And some employees even liken the conditions to those of a sweatshop.
Kylie Cosmetics former and current employees have left reviews claiming management is very rude and mistreated the employees.
Also, although Kylie Cosmetics products aren't tested on animals, Kylie Jenner often asks her employees to test various shades, especially when she promotes products on social media.
My new children.
So previously, Kylie Jenner used her housekeeper's arms to showcase lip products on her Snapchat, as reported by the website People. Now, employees are likely occasionally asked to try out products before they're sent to customers. So in a sense, the employees sometimes feel like lab animals to test the makeup on. Also, there is one woman, Irene Lopez, who's a former employee at Kylie Cosmetics. She said that she had little training and was expected to produce makeup items very quickly. And when she asked questions, well, she claimed that she was verbally threatened by her supervisors. Then the atmosphere was very degrading and everything had to be made perfectly. And if not, it was completely discarded. And if employees didn't work fast enough, yeah, they were at risk of being fired just like that on the spot. Irene then explained by saying this specifically: the supervisors I had there had been very degrading towards everybody. Everything had to be perfectly made, and if it wasn't, they would throw it away in your face like it was trash. If you didn't go fast enough, you were going to get fired. Irene also said that while working, employees were required to remain quiet and focus on their tasks. That's literally all they could do. Supervisors, they would observe them operating machines or filling makeup tubes without engaging in any sort of conversation with the workers directly. And she also mentioned that Kylie Jenner would sometimes visit the factories to monitor the production process. But during her visits, she wouldn't really check in on the employees. She kind of just, walked around, observed what they were doing, watched them creating their products, and that was all. No personal interaction with any of the employees. Another former worker from Kylie Cosmetics shared that employees were not allowed to interact with Kylie Jenner. So this is different from Kylie Jenner coming in and not interacting with them. They just weren't allowed to interact with her, period. This employee's name was Martha Malasco, and she worked at the factory between the years 2015 and 2017. And she described strict rules when Kylie Jenner was present. And this is what Martha had to say. Supervisors would say, don't talk to them, don't even look at them. Then she went on to add this: it was messed up. We were doing her product and we couldn't talk to her. We couldn't see her. If we're doing her product and all the work is on us, she should be aware of it.
Diddy isn't the only celebrity facing a downfall, and Kim Kardashian appears to be among them.
Kim K has been hanging out with Diddy for years now, and people are starting to catch on to her silence. Even though most recently she wasn't even talking about Diddy, comments under her posts were all about him. They want answers, and so do we. Let me tell you guys everything I know about Kim K's recent essay. So Diddy's recent arrest and the charges against him have put a massive spotlight on his circle of friends, and it looks like the Kardashians aren't escaping the public scrutiny.
Following Diddy's recent arrest, old Keeping Up with the Kardashians clips resurfaced, showing their connection to the rapper.
As it turns out, Kim's essay about the Menendez brothers has gotten kind of lost in the noise, as many are focusing on her alleged connection to Diddy instead. In her essay, which was shared through NBC News, Kim argued that Eric and Lyle Menendez deserved another chance and that their case wasn't handled fairly. The brothers were convicted after they were accused of planning the passing of their parents, but many people, including Kim, believe they weren't able to fully tell their side of the story in court.
The best way to change the system is to really know the system. I feel like we can make such a difference.
Kim pointed out that the brothers were never really given the chance to be heard, helped, or saved, and she's hoping their sentences will be reconsidered. However, instead of sparking a conversation about the Menendez case, Kim has been hit with a wave of negative comments from people who are more focused on her connection with Diddy. Some fans even went so far as accusing her of being involved with Diddy's alleged wrongdoings, with comments like, "No thanks.
I don't care who you are, how you but."
Rumor has it she was helping Diddy in his shady business, and she's trying to distract us from her connections to Diddy. It seems like no matter what Kim does, she can't escape the noise surrounding the Kardashian-Diddy link. Kim's essay made a strong case for why she believes the Menendez brothers aren't the monsters they've been made out to be. She even referenced the title of the Netflix series that brought their story back into the public eye. In her words, the brothers were denied a fair second trial and were never given the opportunity to present some really important evidence that could have changed the outcome of their case.
Kim Kardashian using that education to help the Menendez brothers.
Kim seems genuinely convinced that justice wasn't served, which is why she's advocating so passionately for their their release. But for many fans, Kim's relationship with Diddy has overshadowed all of this. It's no secret that the Kardashian family has been seen hanging out with the rapper in the past, and that connection is now raising eyebrows. Back in 2019, Khloe Kardashian even posted a picture on Instagram where she, Kim, and Kylie are seen posing with Diddy at his 50th birthday party. The caption read, "Nothing like a Diddy party." With Diddy now facing serious charges, these old photos are getting a lot of fresh attention. To make matters even more interesting, Khloe Kardashian talked about Diddy's parties during an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. She told Kourtney, "I got on a plane at 5:30 in the morning for that party, and let me tell you, half the people there were feeling chilly." It was a lighthearted moment where Khloe joked about how wild the night had been, and she even mentioned that Justin Bieber was at that party too. Diddy's recent arrest, which took place in New York City on September 16th, has put him in the center of a legal storm. He's facing multiple charges, and according to Forbes, over 100 people are expected to come forward with claims against him in the new lawsuits. All of this has created a cloud of suspicion around the people who used to be close to him, and unfortunately for Kim, it looks like she's been dragged into the drama. What's interesting is that a clip from Cocktails with Khloe has also gone viral recently, showing Khloe and Kourtney casually chatting with Diddy. In the video, Khloe mentioned how Diddy is known for throwing legendary parties, and he humbly agrees. Khloe reminisces about past parties with Diddy and even brings up his birthday, calling it a night to remember. Kourtney then chimes in saying that the party was a blast, especially since she ended up hanging out with Kanye, Corey Gamble, and Tyga that night. It's moments like these that are resurfacing as people speculate about the Kardashians' ties to Diddy. Meanwhile, fans have also been commenting on a 2019 Instagram post where Khloe shared a picture of herself with Kim, Kylie, and Diddy all dressed to the nines at one of his famous parties. The caption, "Nothing like a Diddy party," has taken on new meaning in light of everything that's happening, and fans are flooding the post with comments. Despite all the noise, Kim herself seems to have distanced from Diddy, reportedly unfollowing him on Instagram earlier this year, right before his properties were searched. Ray J, Kim's ex, even weighed in on the situation during an interview with Chris Cuomo on News Nation's Cuomo. He talked about how Diddy's parties were always about having fun, and he never saw anything suspicious going on. "A lot of people didn't know about the accusations or the things people are now finding out," Ray J explained. He added that most people just went to have a good time and felt inspired by the positive energy at those gatherings. While the recent allegations have come as a shock to many in the industry, Ray J acknowledged that the situation is still confusing for a lot of people, and they're all trying to make sense of it. On a more personal note, it's been reported that Diddy is extremely worried about his children while he's in jail. A source told People that Diddy's main concern is his kids' well-being, especially since two of them now don't have either parent available to them. According to the source, Diddy's children are going through a really tough time, and it's heartbreaking to see them struggling with the situation. To them, Diddy isn't just a superstar rapper, he's still their dad, and he's always been a caring, devoted father to them. Diddy, who shared 3 children with the late model and actress Kim Porter, has a total of 7 kids. He also adopted Porter's son Quincy and has 2 other sons from previous relationships. His youngest child, Love, was born in December 2022 with model Dana Tran. Despite all his fame, Diddy's current reality is far from glamorous. Insiders say he isn't receiving any special treatment while being held in one of the country's most notorious prisons. His legal team has described the prison's conditions as below standard and argued that it's not a suitable place for someone awaiting trial. However, their attempts to get Diddy released on bail have been unsuccessful so far. For now, Diddy remains in custody, awaiting his day in court. As the public continues to follow this story closely, it's clear that the ripple effects are being felt far and wide, even among those who were once close to him.
I want to talk about them, or they've ruined the world. Oh my God. Anyway, here we go.
We're about to look at the biggest secrets exposed in the House of Kardashian docuseries.
The Kardashian women, they are superior to rich men now.
Kris Jenner, who's portrayed as both ambitious and controlling in the first episode of the House of Kardashian, is seen as the driving force behind her family's rise to fame. Her ambition reportedly grew during her marriage to Robert Kardashian Sr. And according to Robert's cousin, Joan Agajanian Quinn, Kris desired to be a mother but wasn't content with being a housewife. The shift towards fame and fortune came after her divorce from Robert and her relationship with Bruce Jenner, now known as Caitlyn Jenner.
I was totally impressed with her intelligence, her sense of style, the way she lived her life.
And post-divorce, Kris played a pivotal role in revitalizing Caitlyn's public speaking career, urging her to part ways with her manager and take charge of negotiations. Described as charming yet tough in business dealings, Kris skillfully secured lucrative deals for Caitlyn Jenner.
So I got a call from Caitlyn's friend Sophia.
And despite controlling their finances, Caitlyn appreciated the business dynamics of their relationship, where Kris's savvy complemented Caitlyn's name recognition.
Kris wanted to be more than just a housewife.
Again, at the time, she was known as Bruce Jenner, who was an Olympian. Their collaboration, of course, proved to be very successful, and it created a strong business team, as well as it helped to reinforce their romantic relationship. There have also been several reports about the awareness of Caitlyn Jenner's gender dysphoria within the Kardashian family, particularly with Kris Jenner, and these reports have varied over the years. Kris has asserted that she wasn't fully informed about Caitlyn's secret life, but Caitlyn actually contradicted this during the House of Kardashian series, revealing that Kris knew about her gender dysphoria before their marriage. And Caitlyn described a brief conversation about her situation, emphasizing that she had moved on from that phase. There were some sources close to Kris that countered Caitlyn Jenner's claims, stating that Kris learned about Caitlyn's decision to transition from executives and not Caitlyn directly. However, previous statements by Kris suggest knowledge of Caitlyn experimenting with gender-affirming medication. Then their daughter, Kendall Jenner, in contradiction to her mother's stance, asserted in 2016 that Kris was fully aware of Caitlyn's gender dysphoria by their third date. And Kendall also mentioned instances where the family had caught Caitlyn wearing women's clothing. Also, contrary to Kim Kardashian's previous assertion that her tape with her ex Ray J was leaked without consent, revelations in House of Kardashian challenged this narrative. David Weintraub, who is Ray J's manager and a former friend of the Kardashian family, he accused Kim and Ray J of intentionally releasing the tape to boost their careers. Weintraub claimed that Kim informed Kris, her mom, of their plan before its release, suggesting it could elevate the family and their business. Kim wanted Kris to handle negotiations to protect their interest, and the Girls Gone Wild founder, Joe Francis, who collaborated with Kim and Ray J on marketing the tape, echoed similar claims. Francis, he claimed that the tape wasn't just about recording it. Instead, it aimed to create controversy for publicity. He contested the idea that the tape was leaked, and he asserts that Kim and Ray J, as consenting people, released it deliberately. However, Francis did deny Kris's involvement in the initial planning of doing this. There's also some information about Kim Kardashian and Kanye West's love story. It actually traces back to around 2012 when Kanye West openly expressed his affection for Kim in his song Cold. However, according to Kanye West's associate Malik Yusuf, their romantic connection began even earlier than that. Okay, despite Kanye West's initial interest sparked by Kim's past, Yusuf, he portrayed a more sentimental side, and he highlighted Kanye West's admiration for Kim as his dream girl and recalled a moment when they shared a kiss. Yusuf also claimed that Kim distanced herself from Kanye after his controversial remarks about President George Bush back in 2005, where Kanye West asserted that George Bush didn't care about black people following Hurricane Katrina. And according to Yusuf, Kim expressed her love for Kanye West but couldn't be with him at the time due to the potential repercussions on her reality show empire. So they temporarily went their separate ways from there, but ended up getting married several years later. And the last big secret that the House of Kardashians shared is about editor Jessica DeFino, who worked on the family's subscription-based apps from 2015 to 2019, actually expressed conflicting feelings about creating content for the Kardashian-Jenner family. She realized that the standards that they promoted were unrealistic and unattainable, even for themselves. DeFino specifically pointed out Kylie's lack of transparency about her lips, noting that they are the result of injectable lip fillers. And this isn't the first time the Kardashian-Jenners have faced accusations of promoting unrealistic beauty standards. And Kylie even went on to acknowledge her family's influence, and she recently emphasized on their show The Kardashians the need for a larger conversation about the beauty standards that they set, and she expressed a desire for more positive impact.
I did have regrets. I thought, wow, what was I thinking?
Kris Jenner admits why she cheated on her late ex-husband, Robert Kardashian.
Kris Jenner opens up about cheating on her late husband, Rob Kardashian Sr. Could this be the reason why her daughters keep getting cheated on all the time? Is this karma?
Family matriarch gets revealing in the newest episode of Hulu's The Kardashians, sharing with Khloe why she cheated on the late attorney.
In a season 4 episode of their show The Kardashians titled It Takes a Village, Kris Jenner shared some valuable advice with her daughter Khloe Kardashian.
Kris opens up about her estranged marriage with late husband Robert Kardashian, who is the father of her eldest children Kourtney, Kim, Khloe, and Rob.
During a conversation, Kris candidly discussed her past infidelity while in a relationship with Robert Kardashian Sr., which is the father of Khloe and her siblings Kourtney and Kim, as well as Rob Jr. Kris acknowledged that her youth had influenced her actions and tried to convey this perspective to her daughter Khloe, and she emphasized the importance of learning from life experiences. And this is what Kris Jenner had to say about this whole cheating thing.
I think being really young and dumb is something that plays into it because you don't really understand the consequences
of your actions. Appreciate the consequences.
But what was my
Appreciate
dad
the
not
consequences.
doing that made you want to look elsewhere?
Khloe then goes on to ask Kris why she cheated, and thinking it wasn't a good excuse. Like, you can't just say, oh, well, you're dumb and you're young. You know, what are the excuses for her actions?
Yes, I know you were really young, which is a big factor.
And she then admitted that despite Robert being a great husband and father, she made a big mistake by thinking there might be greener grass on the other side.
And I made a huge mistake. That's like my life's biggest regret.
So in other words, she didn't really have an excuse. She didn't really have a reason outside of just being stupid.
When I got divorced, Robert and I became best friends. We talked on the phone all day long.
After the divorce, she and Robert became best friends though, and she had regrets realizing her error, and Kris shared her feelings in a confessional interview in the episode. And Kris specifically said this:
I don't know, because he was such a great husband and such a great dad, and I think that I
fell into a situation where I thought that the grass was greener somewhere else, and I made a huge mistake. That's like my life's biggest regret. She then goes on to conclude by saying, when I got divorced, Robert and I became best friends. We talked on the phone all day long.
Helped each other through things all the time. And I did have regrets. I thought, wow, what was I thinking?
Also, while reflecting on her past, Kris Jenner told Khloe that despite her regrets, she found a silver lining, and she believed that everything happened for a good reason.
Everything happens for a reason. I really do live my life by thinking God has a plan.
Leading her to marry Caitlyn Jenner, formerly Bruce Jenner, and having Kendall and Kylie, her other 2 daughters.
And without that whole thing happening, there never would have been Kendall and Kylie.
Kris then shared her perspective on the importance of learning from mistakes and advised Khloe to be cautious in her relationships.
Khloe is also reflecting on parenthood with her ex, Tristan Thompson, who is moving out.
Khloe, by the way, who shares 2 children with her NBA superstar husband, Tristan Thompson, has faced challenges due to his cheating scandals. Currently, their relationship is complicated, if you could even call it a relationship. They still are pretty cordial though, but Khloe does maintain her distance because, you know, he cheated on her twice as well as got another woman pregnant. But guys, what are your thoughts about this? You know, what do you think about Khloe? Should she give Tristan another chance? Should she listen to her mom, Kris's advice and, you know, kind of really think about it and sort of understand why Tristan would cheat and kind of empathize? Or should she just be like, nope, twice is enough, not getting cheated on by him again, I'm gonna move on. But for the sake of the kids though, I'm gonna keep it cordial with him.
Kylie Jenner is no stranger to making news headlines. She was the first woman to hit 300 million followers on Instagram.
After all these years, it seems like her empire is now dwindling.
Kylie Jenner has been losing millions of dollars and millions of followers recently, and people are saying that this is the beginning of her big downfall. So what exactly has been going on here? So we got to go back to 2019, where Kylie gained widespread attention as Forbes listed her as the youngest self-made billionaire. However, many people disputed the term self-made, arguing that Kylie's success was primarily due to her family's reputation and influence. Also, Forbes later revoked the billionaire title after discovering that Kylie had provided false information about her earnings and exaggerated her achievements.
When Kylie's coverage debuted in July 2018, our reporter did have some doubts about the numbers her camp was claiming, but we were provided with proof in the form of tax returns that Kylie herself signed. Plus, analysts and industry experts verified what Kylie's camp was saying, that her business was doing at least $300 million in revenue every year.
Forbes said that her business, Kylie Cosmetics, was considerably smaller and less profitable than previously believed. Despite the criticism though, Kylie appeared to be unaffected by this and responded with a tweet saying, "I can name a list of 100 things more important right now than fixating on how much money I have." Kylie's business is also currently facing significant challenges, as reports indicate a decline in public interest in her products in general.
Well, first off, it means that she certainly has not been earning as much money as we had been estimating in years past based on her input, in part.
And this decline is largely due to the lack of substantial evolution in the brand over the years. While Kylie has made efforts to introduce vegan formulas and clean ingredients, the brand has struggled to keep up with the competition, especially with other celebrity-owned brands from Rihanna, Selena Gomez, and even Millie Bobby Brown. Despite expanding the brand's presence to multiple countries also, the public's interest and enthusiasm for purchasing these products have definitely dropped. There has even been an 80% decline in searches for Kylie's products. One other factor contributing to the decline is just that her brand is associated with her public image, and her public image has been declining over the years as well. For instance, since early 2023, Kylie Jenner has faced allegations of bullying after a social media incident involving Selena Gomez. Videos online highlighted a decline in Kylie's fan base since the incident. Kylie had lost over 1 million followers due to this, and this all started when Selena Gomez shared a TikTok video saying that she accidentally laminated her eyebrows too much.
I accidentally laminated my brows too much.
And then hours later, Kylie posted a selfie on her Instagram stories with the text saying, "This was an accident." And she also shared a screenshot of a FaceTime call with her friend Hailey Bieber, focusing on their eyebrows. And fans viewed this as shady, mean girl behavior. Then in June of 2023, another online post that Kylie made left a lot of fans confused. Has Kylie just been lying? Because her and her family have done stuff like this in the past. So the Instagram post was of a giveaway, and the caption read, "We're back. Win this stunning collection of designer handbags and travel bags plus $30,000 US cash for the ultimate travel getaway. Total prize valued at over $50,000 US. The giveaway is in no way sponsored, administered, or associated with Instagram or any brand seen in this image." Yet, the same caption, it had this, #sponsored. So of course, this further led her fan base to feel like something's off with Kylie if she's gonna be lying like this, which of course impacted her public image. Not to mention, Kylie Jenner is currently facing a lawsuit of $120,000 filed by a model named Sasha Palma, who alleges that she was not paid on time for multiple Kylie Cosmetics photo shoots. Her contract also said that she's entitled to compensation if payments were made late to her.
A model named Sasha Palma is claiming Kylie never paid her on time for multiple photo shoots, and now she wants her money. In the docs, Sasha claims that she was hired for a one-day shoot back in June of 2020 at a daily rate of $2,000.
Now people are speculating if there are other individuals who have experienced similar issues with Kylie and her company. But Kylie has definitely reinvented herself before, and we'll have to wait and see whether or not she'll be able to do so and continue to thrive. Or is this the beginning of an inevitable end for Kylie Jenner?
So Kim Kardashian has people talking. She just admitted something.
What is it? I don't know how I'm gonna get through this day.
Finally, Kim Kardashian admitted that her and her family have scammed their way to the top. And no, it's not just me saying that she said that. She literally said this on camera. We all know the Kardashian-Jenner family is super famous, especially in Hollywood. You know, they're recognized all over the world as well.
In less than a decade, the Kardashian-Jenners have become the world's richest and most talked about socialites.
But get this, according to Kim Kardashian, their success was basically an accident, and they don't really understand how they actually got that famous. On the season 4 finale of The Kardashians, Kim spilled the tea saying that they scammed the system to become global stars. I know, crazy, right?
And Kim whispered to the group, guys, we scammed the system, we did it.
This happened when the fam got together for Scott Disick's 40th birthday party, and Kris Jenner was all sentimental, saying that she's known him for like forever. And this is what Kris told Scott in her own words. You were literally here episode 1, season 1, and this was referring to the OG reality show for the Kardashians, Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Because that's a great accomplishment for anybody over 50 years old, right?
Time flies, you know, that was so long ago. And then Kim later chimed in, mentioning that she's been friends with Scott Disick for 19 years, and she gave him props and she thanked him for having her back through thick and thin and through every phase of her life. And then Scott, he tried to make a joke here and he teased Kim about being on the cover of a dog magazine, like Dog Fancy, or something like that he called it.
So Scott Disick allegedly said, hey Kim, you remember when you were the cover of Dog Fancy? Which Kim's family quickly clarified it was a canine magazine.
But no, they were quick to correct him. It was Canine Magazine. Yeah, close but not exactly, Scott. But yeah, that's when Kim Kardashian revealed what pretty much all of the Kardashian family critics already thought about them. But now it's coming directly from Kim herself, and she said this, and I quote,
anything for a cover. Guys, we scammed the system, we did it.
Whatever it is, we figured it out and did it. We put in some hard work. Yeah, whatever it takes to be on the cover. For sure. No doubt, guys, the Kardashians have put in a lot of work over the years, and it takes a lot of time and energy and focus to run multiple successful businesses, as well as raise children and deal with the media and paparazzi pressures, as well as, you know, maintain and grow what you already have going on and still have the drive and desire to do more. These guys aren't lazy.
From an immensely successful TV show to multiple business ventures, the clan has stacked up millions to their name.
So as much as people may criticize them, they do the hard work and it's definitely paid off. The issue though, I think that most people have with the Kardashians is how they went about it in certain aspects, like lying to the public and betraying people, going behind their back, then getting caught in those lies and then lying some more and betraying even more people. Even Kylie Jenner, she even inflated her earnings to make herself look like a billionaire, and Forbes listed her as the youngest billionaire and then had to revoke that. You know, things like that, pretty shady by the Kardashians, and people just aren't having it.
She has lied and exaggerated just how successful she really is.
But what do you guys think? Do you think that the Kardashian-Jenners deserve all that they've accomplished? As the episode continued, Kim also had more to say about Scott as well as the success of her family, and this is what she said. Scott's my motivator. He'll always say, God, can you believe you did it? And I'm like, I can't. This is crazy. We aren't supposed to be here. Like, how did we get in this cool party? We weren't the cool kids. How did we do it? Kim also previously had told Vogue Arabia in September of 2019 this: money was always the goal, but I was obsessed with fame, like embarrassingly obsessed. I do agree that fame can be addictive, but now my focus has shifted. Even in my darkest of times, I don't regret putting myself out there for the world to see. People have shared with me over the years how much it's helped them to feel less alone when dealing with their own adversities. I love having a voice and appreciate the platform that I have been given, even though I do wish I could have more privacy at times.
Kendall Jenner wants people to know she's not like her Kardashian sisters and is more of a Jenner. Some people are confused because obviously her last name is Jenner, but she's talking about being known under the Kardashian umbrella.
Kendall Jenner has spoken out against her family and shared that she never chose the path of fame. Rather, she in a way was forced into it. In a recent interview with the Wall Street Journal, Kendall Jenner opened up about her feelings of not fully belonging within the Kardashian-Jenner family.
Kendall sat down with the Wall Street Journal for an exclusive interview where she opened up about her feelings towards being labeled a Kardashian. She said she doesn't quite feel like the rest of the Kardashian sisters, saying she feels out of place in her family.
Kendall, who's a professional model and businesswoman, expressed that she has always felt out of place in the public eye, as she was born into the spotlight without choosing it for herself. Kendall mentioned that her sisters, particularly Kim Kardashian, seem to thrive in the celebrity lifestyle and being constantly pursued by the paparazzi, but she doesn't share the same sentiment.
She compared herself to Kim, feeling like Kim was born to do this, and she would go to certain places because she knew the paparazzi would be there to photograph her.
By her circumstances, she considers herself to be incredibly fortunate to live the life that she does now, and Kendall acknowledged that her experience in the public eye has been more demanding than not, but she recognizes the privilege that comes with it. This is what she specifically said in her own words. I obviously understand I fall under the umbrella of the Kardashian sisters, but it's just weird to me because I'm just like my dad in so many ways. I'm such a Jenner in my opinion. Now, despite her feelings of not fully belonging within the Kardashian family, Kendall has still been involved in the Kardashian-centric show, The Kardashians, which is pretty much the streaming continuation of the original Keeping Up with the Kardashians TV show. Kris Jenner, who's Kendall Jenner's mom and manager, acknowledged that the original reality show initially focused more on the older siblings, but stated that Kendall and Kylie naturally became more involved as they grew older and as the family faced various new dramas. However, Kris Jenner also mentioned that Kendall has always had reservations about participating in the show and has preferred to take on more of a role on the sidelines rather than being a central figure. And yes, Kendall was kind of pushed into being in the show in the limelight. And despite her reluctance though, Kendall's presence on the show has been notable, reflecting her ongoing journey and experiences within the Kardashian family's reality TV empire. And while it is true that Kendall Jenner does receive less screen time compared to her other sisters, it appears to be definitely a deliberate choice. However, despite any initial reservations or feelings of not fully fitting in and all of that, Kendall has chosen to be an executive producer for the show The Kardashians, and this decision right here, it shows that she recognizes the potential advantage and opportunities that come with being associated with a high-profile series like The Kardashians. So I guess with all of that being considered, she can look past all of the grievances and differences of her family's lifestyle when it comes to her preferences, because she does get a benefit from being involved with what the family does. But Kendall had this to say about her situation, and I quote, she said that it's challenging for me a lot more than it is not. I consider myself one of the luckiest people on the planet to be able to live the life that I live. I'm not going to sit here and say poor me about the attention, but I do think that it's pretty intense. People are more mean to my family in general. They take everything and make it a bad thing. So I can definitely see where Kendall is coming from. It's definitely a lot stressful more than other occupations to be in the public eye and see all the criticism that you're facing. And she may not have initially wanted it, but I guess now she goes along with it because she's grown to be accustomed with it, even though it wasn't her preference. And she sees the benefits with sticking with her family and supporting what they do, because after all, she has gained a lot of fame and a lot of wealth for doing so. Is Kendall Jenner proving that the Kardashian-Jenner clan is just thirsty for attention now? Kendall Jenner's revealing dress received harsh criticism from fans who label her as thirsty and lacking in class. The dress was a black David Coma mini dress, and it featured strategically placed floral pasties, and it caused a big stir on social media, and Kendall had worn this on a yacht over in Europe.
So good.
Right?
Oh, this is perfect. So good.
Too bright?
Oh, this is perfect.
Now, in response to a tweet showcasing Kendall Jenner's look, one user questioned the neediness of these Kardashian-Jenner girls, while another referred to Kendall specifically as just being thirsty. Now, there was a third critic that criticized her for lacking class and decorum, and also a fourth that wondered how anyone could find the outfit appealing at all. Comparisons were also even made to Regina George's outfit from the Mean Girls movie. It's definitely not a new topic of everybody questioning the Kardashian-Jenners and whether or not their era is over. Many people think that their era is completely done, especially after many fans expressed that their new show, The Kardashians, just ain't it at all.
Then it said, the rapper, now known as Ye, Kim's ex-husband, is non-present. Okay, what do you want me to do? If I don't talk to him, what am I gonna do, send a camera?
As a matter of fact, in the second episode of season 3 of The Kardashians, Kim Kardashian engaged in a serious conversation about the future of the show with her sister Khloe Kardashian and also Scott Disick.
Would you want to keep going and everybody commit? Or would you want to kind of put the show on a back burner and just live your life without a camera?
Kim emphasized that she and Khloe strive to provide genuine content, sharing every minute detail of their lives, and they also discuss why certain people like Kanye and Pete Davidson weren't in the show as much. Now, towards the end of their conversation, the two sisters recognized their deep affection for the show, and they say that it served as the centerpiece of their family's empire. And Kim confessed that she has an enduring desire to continue filming and giving their utmost efforts to the series. In any case though, rumors are still circulating that the Kardashian-Jenner clan is just desperate to stay in the public eye. Hence, the reason for Kendall wearing this dress. It's just a cry for attention. Look at me kind of thing. So this video of Kendall Jenner in the provocative black dress sparked some commenters, of course, to just label it ridiculous as well and just straight up unflattering. And one person even questioned whether it could be classified as a dress at all. However, not all fans disapproved of Kendall Jenner's interesting choice of fashion. Some actually praised her, calling her stunning and a queen, and others admired her confidence. Now, despite the mixed reviews, it is unlikely that Kendall will shy away from taking fashion risks like this. After all, she is a model, and Kendall is known for regularly flaunting see-through styles and has been sporting them during outings with her rumored partner, Bad Bunny. In fact, Bad Bunny seems to appreciate her fashion sense because recently they were spotted on 2 separate occasions wearing coordinated outfits.
Excuse me guys, excuse me guys, excuse me guys. Thank you.
So is this just a desperate cry for attention and thirst to stay in the public eye? Or is this just Kendall being Kendall? And are the Kardashians going to continue to do what the Kardashians do?
Kendall Jenner wants people to know she's not like her Kardashian sisters and is more of a Jenner. Some people are confused because obviously her last name is Jenner, but she's talking about being known under the Kardashian umbrella.
Kendall Jenner has spoken out against her family and shared that she never chose the path of fame. Rather, she, in a way, was forced into it. In a recent interview with the Wall Street Journal, Kendall Jenner opened up about her feelings of not fully belonging within the Kardashian-Jenner family.
Kendall sat down with the Wall Street Journal for an exclusive interview where she opened up about her feelings towards being labeled a Kardashian. She said she doesn't quite feel like the rest of the Kardashian sisters, saying she feels out of place in her family.
Kendall, who's a professional model and businesswoman, expressed that she has always felt out of place in the public eye, as she was born into the spotlight without choosing it for herself. Kendall mentioned that her sisters, particularly Kim Kardashian, seem to thrive in the celebrity lifestyle and being constantly pursued by the paparazzi, but she doesn't share the same sentiment.
She compared herself to Kim, feeling like Kim was born to do this, and she would go to certain places because she knew the paparazzi would be there to photograph her.
By her circumstances, she considers herself to be incredibly fortunate to live the life that she does now, and Kendall acknowledged that her experience in the public eye has been more demanding than not, but she recognizes the privilege that comes with it. This is what she specifically said in her own words. I obviously understand I fall under the umbrella of the Kardashian sisters, but it's just weird to me because I'm just like my dad in so many ways. I'm such a Jenner in my opinion. Now, despite her feelings of not fully belonging within the Kardashian family, Kendall has still been involved in the Kardashian-centric show, The Kardashians, which is pretty much the streaming continuation of the original Keeping Up with the Kardashians TV show. Kris Jenner, who's Kendall Jenner's mom and manager, acknowledged that the original reality show initially focused more on the older siblings, but stated that Kendall and Kylie naturally became more involved as they grew older and as the family faced various new dramas. However, Kris Jenner also mentioned that Kendall has always had reservations about participating in the show and has preferred to take on more of a role on the sidelines rather than being a central figure. And yes, Kendall was kind of pushed into being in the show in the limelight. And despite her reluctance though, Kendall's presence on the show has been notable, reflecting her ongoing journey and experiences within the Kardashian family's reality TV empire. And while it is true that Kendall Jenner does receive less screen time compared to her other sisters, it appears to be definitely a deliberate choice. However, despite any initial reservations or feelings of not fully fitting in and all of that, Kendall has chosen to be an executive producer for the show The Kardashians, and this decision right here, it shows that she recognizes the potential advantage and opportunities that come with being associated with a high-profile series like The Kardashians. So I guess with all of that being considered, she can look past all of the grievances and differences of her family's lifestyle when it comes to her preferences, because she does get a benefit from being involved with what the family does. But Kendall had this to say about her situation, and I quote, she said that it's challenging for me a lot more than it is not. I consider myself one of the luckiest people on the planet to be able to live the life that I live. I'm not going to sit here and say poor me about the attention, but I do think that it's pretty intense. People are more mean to my family in general. They take everything and make it a bad thing. So I can definitely see where Kendall is coming from. It's definitely a lot stressful more than other occupations to be in the public eye and see all the criticism that you're facing. And she may not have initially wanted it, but I guess now she goes along with it because she's grown to be accustomed with it, even though it wasn't her preference. And she sees the benefits with sticking with her family and supporting what they do, because after all, she has gained a lot of fame and a lot of wealth for doing so. Kendall Jenner has frequently faced controversy due to her perceived mean girl behavior.
Are you tired of stalking me?
During an episode of The Kardashians, Kendall Jenner responded to the allegations, expressing her feelings about this, and she said, "The one that hurts the most is the belief that I'm a mean girl, but that's simply not true. It's disheartening when your character is questioned. If only people truly knew me."
I think the one that I guess hurts the most is that people think I'm a mean girl, because that's just not the case.
On The Kardashians, the model opens up about having anxiety in public settings during a work trip to Vegas.
Despite this, online users continue labeling her as a mean girl for these reasons to follow. There was that catty TikTok video from April 2023, and the footage showed Kendall along with her friends, including Hailey Bieber, lip syncing to an audio recording. And check it out, this is what the audio recording says. Are you tired of stalking me? Tired of constantly watching my page from a fake account? Talking about me to all your friends and simply just being an effing weirdo? Then you need to call a psychiatric ward, cause babe, you're obsessed.
Are you tired of stalking me? Tired of constantly watching my page from a fake account? Talking about me to all of your friends and simply just being a weirdo? Then you need to call a psychiatric ward.
Then there was back in January of 2023 when Kendall Jenner made an appearance in a TikTok video, which was since deleted, alongside her friends Hailey Bieber and Justine Skye. The girls lip synced to an audio clip stating, and I'm not saying she deserved it, but I'm saying God's timing is always right.
I'm not saying she deserved it, but I'm saying God's timing is always right.
While the video didn't explicitly mention any names, fans speculated that it was directed to Selena Gomez, as Hailey Bieber posted this around the same time when Selena Gomez was facing public body shaming by some fans and critics. Going back to 2022, following the TikToker Addison Rae's attendance at the 2022 Met Gala, she garnered a lot of attention for her unconventional poses on the red carpet. And then shortly after the event, a TikTok video featuring Kendall Jenner went viral. The allegations suggest that Kendall seemed to be mocking Addison Rae's exaggerated arm movements. Also, their apparent awkward interactions on the Kardashians show only intensified the rumors that Kendall is in fact a mean girl. There was also another clip from the Victoria's Secret Hulu documentary that surfaced in 2022 showing Kendall Jenner allegedly displaying rudeness towards backstage staff, and fans reacted very strongly to this. The video showed a moment where a woman hands Kendall Jenner a phone for a selfie, and Kendall strikes a pose but then abruptly returns the phone without making eye contact, causing her expression to change completely. In any case though, some people came to the defense of Kendall Jenner, saying that the demands of her modeling profession, as well as her status as a celebrity, could have contributed to the temporary lapse in etiquette. Maybe she was just very stressed. Fast forward back to April 2021. Kendall sparked controversy by donning the same floral dress that Selena Gomez wore in her De Una Vez music video during the Easter holidays. Kendall Jenner shared a tweet from a fan account that praised her for wearing the dress exceptionally well, hinting at the comparisons with Selena Gomez. Kendall ultimately deleted the tweet, but her and Selena Gomez no longer follow each other on Instagram after that. Rewinding back to 2017, there was a video clip of an episode of The Life of Kylie that surfaced, and it caused a big stir online. In the clip, Kendall can be heard giggling as she comments to her sister Kylie this.
The bronzer is really thick, but you have really big body pores. Does that make sense? Wait, but
Your back pores. I love getting in there after spray tans. After a brief silence, Kendall then adds,
don't be sensitive.
But you get along when you're...
This incident sparked criticism, with online users saying that this was a derogatory comment towards Kylie. And finally, in 2016, the Scottish singer model Talia Storm, she gained attention when she claimed that Kendall Jenner tried to have her removed from a pool party. Talia Storm expressed her frustration on Twitter, stating this: "It's a sad day when you upstage at Kendall Jenner and she tries to get you thrown out of the VIP area of the @NextRadio app pool party. LOL. Hashtag she tried. Hashtag and failed." And some fans were disturbed by this, yet others said that Talia Storm mentioned Kendall Jenner's name as a publicity stunt to gain attention for herself.
Lily Reinhart, Chloe Grace Moretz, Reese Witherspoon, these are just a few of the celebrities that have called out the Kardashians. The Kardashians are getting hate in the public eye yet again. Here are some celebrities who publicly exposed the Kardashians. Kim admitted that in order to fit into the iconic Marilyn Monroe dress, she had to do a crash diet to lose 15 pounds. According to CNN, Lily Reinhart actively voiced her opinion on the matter. To openly admit to starving yourself for the sake of the Met Gala, she announced on her Instagram story, when you know very well there are millions of young men and women that are looking up to you and listening to your every word, the ignorance is otherworldly and disgusting.
I do feel like success is the best revenge.
Although she didn't explicitly mention Kim's name, she didn't deny the multiple headlines she made and even got accused of wanting attention. In March 2016, Kim shook the internet with an edgy mirror selfie fully unclothed. Chloe Grace Moretz was quick to comment on the Twitter post saying, I truly hope you realize how important setting goals are for young women, teaching them we have so much more to offer than just our bodies. Kim clapped back with a sassy response saying, let's all welcome Chloe G. Moretz to Twitter since no one knows who she is. Your nylon cover is cute, boo. Ouch. In an interview, Ray J, the ex-boyfriend of Kim, who was said to have released their infamous tape, claimed that he never did such a thing. I've sat in the shadows for over 14 years, allowing the Kardashians to use my name, make billions of dollars over a decade and a half, talking about a topic I've never really spoken about, he told British tabloids.
I'm just not gonna sit here and not defend myself and defend my truth.
I have never leaked a tape in my life. It has never been a leak, he added. All of this is a lie, shaking my head. This needs to stop. I also have kids. The Kardashians are known for having a reality show that brings attention to their family. Janice Dickinson once told Radar Online in 2013 that I have a real family. I raise my children with values, she added. When I heard that the Kardashians called themselves the first family of reality television, I threw up. According to TMZ, Reese Witherspoon slammed Kim over a decade ago when she was accepting the Generation Award at the 2011 MTV Movie Awards. I get it. Girls, that it's cool to be a bad girl, she said. But it is possible to make it in Hollywood without doing a reality show. When I came up in this business, if you made an inappropriate tape, you were embarrassed and you hid it under your bed. Even the former president of the United States, Barack Obama, had something to say about the famous family. In an interview with Amazon, he commented on the toxicity of today's pop culture. There was not that window into the lifestyles of the rich and famous. Kids weren't monitoring every day what Kim Kardashian was wearing, where Kanye West was going on vacation, and thinking that somehow was the mark of success. He went on to remark in his own childhood, I don't think people went around saying to themselves, I need to have a $10,000 square foot house. We weren't exposed to things we didn't have in the same way kids these days are. According to US Magazine, he previously had been quoted by Michelle saying he prefers for his kids not to watch the Kardashians. Kendall Jenner's Pepsi ad was one of the most wildly criticized commercials of all time. It was accused of attempting to take advantage of the BLM movement. It got so much condemnation that, according to NBC News, the drink company had to remove it. Out of the many, many comments, here's one from Jude Apatow on Twitter who slammed it. I could spend the rest of my life trying and not even come close to making something as funny as this Pepsi ad. The daughter of late Michael Jackson had something to say when Kendall and Kylie released t-shirts that crop the faces of musical legends, Notorious B.I.G., Tupac Shakur, The Doors, Ozzy Osbourne. She wrote, as a huge fan of Zeppelin, The Doors, Floyd, I mean, these bands literally helped me shape who I am today. I can't condone this fashion. She also went on to explain these legends should be respected and honored. With her dad being the king of pop, it only makes sense why she would feel this way. John Hamm is one of the many critics who have shunned the Kardashians. He told Elle, whether it's Paris Hilton or Kim Kardashian or whoever, stupidity is certainly celebrated. Being an effing idiot is a valuable commodity in this culture because you're rewarded significantly. It's celebrated. It doesn't make sense to me. Pink is known as being a women's rights activist, and she shaded the Kardashians at some point. Referencing the same selfie criticized by Khloe, Pink took to Twitter to make some criticisms of her own, as reported by People. Shout out to all of the women across the world using their brains, their strength, their work ethic, their talent, their magic that they were born with that only they possess, she wrote. It may not ever bring you as much attention or banknotes as using your body, but women like you don't need that kind of attention. She confirmed in a chat with the host on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen that the tweet was indeed a dig at Kim's pic. When Kylie Jenner posed with cornrows in 2015 with the caption, I woke up like this, it certainly raised some eyebrows and some outrage. Amanda Stenberg, who shares a pal, Jaden Smith, with Kylie, commented, when you appropriate black features and culture but fail to use your position of power to help black Americans by directing your attention towards wigs instead of blank blank. I can't finish the quote due to the risk of getting flagged. Hashtag white girls do it better. According to the Shade Room, Kylie clapped back with, mad if I do, mad if I don't. Go hang with Jaden or something. It appears that Amy Schumer didn't used to like the Kardashians. In 2015 Saturday Night Live, She criticized the girls for their excessive plastic surgery. Is that a great message for little girls? A whole family of women who take faces they were born as like a light suggestion.
Turns out the Kardashians might not really like Caitlyn Jenner. Let's find out why.
They've ruined the world. Oh my God. Anyway, here we go.
Caitlyn Jenner severed ties to her previous family. During the season 5 debut of Hulu's The Kardashians, Khloe Kardashian, Kris Jenner, and Scott Disick talked about their strained relationship with Caitlyn.
So I got a call from Caitlyn's friend Sophia.
The trio responds to Caitlyn's participation in the House of Kardashian documentary series that aired last year without the family's input in the scenario, which was recorded in the autumn of 2023. There is this new documentary about our family, and apparently whoever has been calling people that have either once been in our lives or are in our lives to do the documentary, and no one has really agreed to do it, except for Caitlyn. Khloe said in a confessional. Kris and Scott watch a segment of the documentary in which Caitlyn is heard discussing Kim Kardashian. The mother gets a kick out of Kris's statement in the documentary that she wanted to be more than just a housewife.
Kris wanted to be more than just a housewife.
Said by an unidentified woman. Shoot me, I wanted to be more than just a housewife, okay? So, Kris says out loud. Between 1991 and 2015, Caitlyn and Kris had a 22-year marriage, during which Caitlyn was Bruce Jenner, a former Olympic athlete, before coming out as transgender in 2015. Before their divorce, they had 2 children together, 28-year-old Kendall and 26-year-old Kylie. While Khloe's ex-stepdad is completely free to do whatever she wants, she finds it strange that Caitlyn would work on a project that, in her opinion, isn't trying to paint us in the most beautiful light. As she observes in a confessional, Khloe remarks, "I just know she wouldn't like that about her."
Not talk about my dad, he's not here.
In contrast, Kim admits in a confessional that she isn't as concerned about Caitlyn's behavior. "I got so many text messages saying, doesn't that hurt your feelings that this is what your stepdad says about you? It honestly doesn't," the Skims founder explains. "I had such a great stepdad who raised me, so none of those things that are said, even if twisted or whatever, are gonna make me think differently of the life I had." Back to the conversation about Caitlyn, Scott defends Kris and says, "People have pointed fingers at her over the years, as if she was the one that instigated being mean or being unkind or being this or being that or not understanding. People didn't," Khloe says. "Caitlyn did. Caitlyn always made you look like that."
That really was a very traumatic experience for me.
"That's what I'm trying to say," Scott clarifies. "But even more so now than ever. Even a few years ago when she asked for help with the YouTube channel and Kris still gave a helping hand, she still tried to help. She still went out of her way. And now this?" Khloe acknowledges that she is upset in Caitlyn due to their tight relationship during Caitlyn and Kris's marriage. "This was my dad for 24 years. It hurts me too," she says to Scott and Kris. "I was very close with Bruce. I used to lay in bed with him and watch Unsolved Mysteries and all this stuff all the time." Scott quips he was an unsolved mystery. Caitlyn had previously defended her role in the House of Kardashians documentary when it was released in October of last year. "I was happy to participate in the interview process to share my side, which points to the strength, influence, and prowess my family has in captivating the world's attention and keeping it over the years," she said in a statement at the time. During her press tour for the documentary, Caitlyn disclosed that she has stopped communicating with her former spouse. "Kris, I really never talk to anymore," she said on a UK daytime show. "If there's any communication, my manager kind of talks to her." In addition, Caitlyn expressed her sadness over the status of her relationship with Kris.